what if I told you that this off-roader actually makes an excellent family SUV? Jesse here with Go Auto, and I have the 2025 Ford Bronco next to me in the Go Garage. Now, I know what you're thinking. How exactly does this boxy off-roading vehicle count as a family car? Well, the answer to that starts on the inside. Back here, not only are the floors washable, they have drain plugs in them, which means even if your kid drops an entire Slurpee, you can drain the liquid away and not end up with smelly, soggy carpets. These seats are made of a marine-grade vinyl, so they are durable, they are easy to clean, and they're UV resistant, meaning the color is not going to fade away over time. You've got cup holders that fold down in the middle. And not only is there USB ports back here, there's also a 110-volt wall plug. So no matter what you've got to charge, nice and easy to do. And even with the roof on, there's a ton of headspace. But with the roof off, all the headspace in the world. The durability of that rear seat area also carries forward into the front, from the heated seats to the drain-plugged floor. So even if you spill a cup of coffee up here, you don't have to panic the way you would in other vehicles. That sense of durability also carries over to the center console, which has no gloss black on it. You don't have to worry about constantly wiping away smudgy fingerprints. Up here, you've got room for snacks, wet wipes, anything else you might need. And in that center console is also where you'll find your window buttons, but I'm going to talk about that more when we get outside. Next to your cup holders is something that I like to call the McDavid Button. Ford just calls it the GOAT, which stands for Go Over Any Terrain. So if you're an off-roader, you'll see options there like mud, sand, rock, or Baja. That means that the vehicle is going to adjust to any terrain you're going over. Here in Canada, we're going to love the options like eco, sport, slippery, and also sand. Now, you can use that sand option when you're going through snow or even when your vehicle is stuck. All of the rest of those options are great for your everyday. It means that this vehicle is good no matter what terrain or weather conditions you're driving in. The gear selector is easy and intuitive. Just pull it all the way back to drive, all the way forward to park. In front of that, you've got a wireless charger, and on the passenger side, there's this cool grab handle, which will help you hop over those curbs when you're getting out of that parking stall. Now, in the middle here are all of the climate controls, and I love it because it's all buttons and dials, which means that you can easily change your climate controls without taking your eyes off the road just to turn the heat up. In the middle here is the infotainment system. Now, this is running on the Ford Sync 4 system, which personally I think is fantastic. First of all, I love that you can switch from the bright white to the dark display on your own, which will kind of set the mood in your cabin. But the vehicle will also make that change automatically when the sun starts to go down and you're switching from daytime to nighttime. However, the big thing with this system is how intuitively it's laid out. You've got all of your apps available to you at the bottom with the push of a button. You also have wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. And when you're backing up, the surround view camera will fill this entire screen, meaning that all of your blind spots disappear. The steering wheel is wrapped in leather and heated. The buttons are all very easy to navigate up here and also very easy to learn and get the hang of. The driver's display is very high quality, although I will say it's not as customizable as some other vehicles. Now, having said that, I can overlook it given how much this vehicle has to offer. The exterior is where this vehicle really shines because it just has great presence. It's boxy and tall, so you get a lot of clearance going over those curbs. Might also make you the cool mom of the group. Not that I would know. And the other thing about this vehicle is that those window buttons, as you'll recall, were on the center console rather than the doors. That's because the doors and the roof actually come off and you get an open air experience. Personally, I would do this at least once or twice a summer just to feel the breeze on my face. Just remember to do it on a day when you haven't had your hair done. But let's get back to the vehicle's design for a moment. The front end has Bronco on the grille instead of the more expected Ford logo. And the headlights have this really cool design where they actually become your turn signal. There's also a ton of safety features hidden away up here. So you've got a surround view camera inside the Bronco lettering and adaptive cruise control down below. But thanks to the Copilot 360 program, there's also a ton of other safety features up here. You've got lane keep assist, emergency braking, and a ton of other safety features. At the back of the vehicle, this is not a typical tailgate or liftgate situation. The back actually just opens like a regular car door, so you just lift that handle and swing it open. I really like this in a garage with a low ceiling because it means you're never going to accidentally bang the roof. The glass back here is separate. You just lift to open it up. And this is amazing for families because look at all this space back here. And the squared off design means that you can just stack things up so easily. The floor is the same as the floor in the back seat. Super easy to clean. You can throw back here muddy shoes or sports equipment, no worries. There's also a 12-volt charger back here and a bunch of tie-down points, which is great for those big grocery hauls. All right, closing it all back up again, the next thing you're going to notice back here is the one, the only Ford badge. And I do mean the only, because everywhere else on this vehicle, it just says Bronco, or it has that Bronco insignia. Now, something I have to point out back here is obviously this big spare tire. Don't worry, the tire itself is heavy, but this back door is actually on hydraulics, so you don't have to work really hard to get the door open and closed. The 2025 Ford Bronco is an excellent off-roading vehicle that they've somehow also made a family vehicle. To learn more, go to goauto.ca or visit any one of their Ford dealerships.